x's to be able to make it ready for integration. And then in this also topic, you should be able to utilize anti-differentiation techniques. So mag-integrate tayo to obtain the general solution. And you have to recall our first module and also this one. Okay, so when you're given, no, because this is in PDF, so it's all right. So we have given this one. So you can see naman kung anong nagka-cancel out dyan. In order to group all the y's and all the x, what you're going to do is to eliminate. So you look at this side here, meron nagkahalong x and y. So that gusto mong i-group na lahat ng y ay nasa left side at lahat ng x ay nasa right side. Why are you doing that? Kasi yung dx nasa baba. So to eliminate dx, you are going to multiply it with dx. Kaya meron kang multiplier dito na dx over ito rin, gusto mong mawala ito sa right side, kaya magmo-multiply ka ng y minus 1. So, ang result nun, because you're multiplying each of the terms, so itong expression na to when multiplied to the left side of the equation, ay ang result ngayon, mawawala yung dx at mapapalitan siya ng 1 times dy over y minus 1. Ito ay mawawala at ma-replace siya ng x squared times dx. So this is the result. Okay? And it is now ready for integration. So, nagse-separate lang muna tayo ng variables, class. Just a practice, no? Kaya, to separate this, the variables here, this is the answer. And for this given separation of variable exercise, again, you remove the dx dito. So, you multiply both sides by dx and y minus 2. So, parang ganito lang din, no? Nagbago lang yung squared, naging to the fourth. Itong y minus 1, naging y minus 2. But the process is the same. So you can check that. And this is the answer. This one, again, multiply both sides by dx over y squared. Yan. Kasi ang y squared na yan, tatanggalin mo. So nagmamanipulate ka lang dito, class, no? Parang review lang sa inyong algebra kung paano i-group yung same variables. Kaya ang result after multiplying both sides by dx and 1 over y squared is ito na ngayon. But you can write this as dy over y squared. Pareho lang. You can also write this as negative x dx over 2. Okay, similar to this one, this exercise here. So that multiply both sides by dx and y. Because the y here should be eliminated. Kaya dx over y. Ibig sabihin, you are going to multiply an expression that is the reciprocal of those expressions you want to eliminate. Yung reciprocal niya. Kung yung dx ay nasa baba, i-multiply mo siya. Kung ang y nasa taas, i-divide mo siya. Kung ang y nasa baba, i-multiply mo siya. Kaya multiply dito. Okay, class? No questions?
None.
None. Now, let's proceed to this one. There's a trigonometric expression. You shouldn't be intimidated with that. Multiply both sides by dx and y minus 1 quantity squared. This is supposed to be squared. So multiplying both sides, you will arrive at this expression. So this is just a practice class. You go over this until, because there are 3 pages or 3 slides for this, just to practice separating variables. Now, pagka meron ng addition such as this one, yung last example na yan, paano mo i-group together? So remember yung factoring. Kaya you have 2 expressions here na pareho. Factor out the x squared. So pag naka-multiply na yan, it's easy to separate na. Kaya multiply both sides by dx over y squared plus 1. Kaya yung y squared plus 1 napunta na dito, nawala itong dx na to, nalagay dyan sa kabila. Okay? So that's separation. You need this. Bakit mo kailangan to? Kasi i-prepare mo yung differential equation mo to integration. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-integrate nang hindi nakaseparate or nakagroup yung mga similar variables. Okay? Kaya, nangyari dito, okay, yan, that's it. Kaya lang, wala akong arrow. Find the particular solution of y equals f of x to the differential equation dy over dx equals x squared y minus 1 with the initial condition. So we're given an initial condition. That's why pagdating dun sa dulo, when you integrate it, meron kang plus c. Kaya isosolve mo yung c. So what are we going to do? First, we separate the variable just like the previous items that we had. Eliminate mo yung dx at saka y minus 1. Actually, this is continuation to noong ginawa natin kanina. So these are the same items. So once na-separate mo na siya, what are we going to do? Integrate both sides. So what is the integral of dy over y minus 1? So let u be equal to y minus 1. Kaya magiging integral of du over u. Kasi ang u, ginawa mong y minus 1, derivative of y minus 1 is du. Kaya du over u, which is ln of u, and the integral of x squared dx is x cubed over 3 plus c. Yan. Kaya yung integration ninyo ay talagang i-review nyo yon. So after integrating, get the e of both sides. So what is e to the ln of y minus 1? It is just equal to y minus 1. Parang e to the ln of x is x. So e to the ln of y minus 1 is y minus 1. And also get the e to the 1/3 of x cubed plus c. Now, after getting the ln of, or the e of both sides, because your aim is solving for the y in terms of x, kaya transpose mo yung negative 1 sa kabila. Kaya, pero wait lang, we have to use the law of exponent here. Kaya yung e to the 1/3 of x cubed plus c, you can write it as e to the 1/3 of x cubed times e to the c. It becomes e to the c. But what is e to the c? That's just another constant na naman. Let's call it k. And multiplication yon, no? E to the c. And so, that is our answer. Y is equal to, pero hindi pa, no? Kasi we will substitute. F of 0 is equal to 3. So you let y be equal to 0 when x, you let x be equal to 0 and y is equal to 3. Yan ang ibig sabihin nito. So what is the value of k when x is 0 and y equals 3? Substitute that para ma-solve mo yung value ng k. So solving for k is equal to 2. Right? Because that becomes e to the 0, and e to the 0 is just 1. So we have k plus 1 equals 3. Therefore, k is equal to 2. And so you rewrite your expression now as your final answer. Y is equal to 2 e to the 1/3 x cubed plus 1. Okay, class? So that's for the first example. Mahaba to because we will answer all those items that we have separated. So this is the same with the first one, kasi that's y minus 2 lang, tapos x to the 4th. So, ganun din yung process niya, just for you to really be able to have a good grasp of how it's done. I did not put any call-outs here, kasi it's the same call-outs of the first one. Alright? So, k is negative 2, and you have y is negative 2 e to the 1/5 of x to the 5th plus 2. So it's the same procedure as the first one. And the third example, okay, what are we going to do? We are going to integrate both sides. So we have, this is integrate ka na, mag-integrate ka na. So pag integrate mo niyan, you write it as the integral of dy over y squared. What's the integral of dy over y squared? It's negative 1 over y. Ma'am, ba't walang c dyan? It's because pinagsama na natin yung c sa left side at c sa right side. Tinawag na nating c yan lahat sa iisang side lang, and that is in the right side na. And what is the integral of negative 1/2 x dx? So, yung constant ilabas mo, kaya meron kang x squared over 2. Eh, meron kang 1/2 sa labas, kaya nagiging 1/4 yan. So, negative 1/4. At tapos meron tayong initial condition na x is equal to negative 1 when y is 2. Kaya isa-substitute mo yan para ma-solve mo yung c. And so solving for c, you now have the value of c, which is negative 1/4. And ipasok mo siya doon. And perhaps you can do more process of simplifying it para yung y mapunta sa taas. Kasi yung y nasa baba. Kaya what you're going to do is to group together or get the LCD yung sa right side. And then get the reciprocal para yung y mapunta sa taas. So, get the reciprocal of the left side, reciprocal of the right side. Kaya magiging ganito na siya, no? So 4 over x squared plus 1. And multiply both sides by negative 1. Kasi puro negative yung mga sagot dyan eh. Kaya para maging positive lahat, para maganda tingnan. So dapat alam nyo kung paano pagandahin yung solution ninyo. Di ba class? Yan na ngayon ang pagpapolish ng solution. Kaya practice talaga, no? Next example, na-group mo na. This is simpler. Integrate. So 1/2 y squared. Integral of negative 2x dx is negative 2 times x squared over 2. Kaya mag-cancel na yung 2 over 2 na iwan ang negative 1. Kaya meron kang negative x squared plus c. Okay? And meron tayong initial condition na for x equals 1, y is negative 1. Kaya substitute mo para ma-solve mo yung c. Okay? So that would give you a c of 3 halves. And then, simplify. So tatanggalin mo yung 1/2 na nandyan, kaya multiply mo both sides by 2. And so, ma-eliminate na yung 2, but the first term will have a coefficient of 2. So, negative 2x squared plus 3. And pwede mo ring i-extract yung y squared na gawin mong square root yan. Kaya that is your answer, class. Right? Practice. And so, another one, yung may cosine naman na pi x. So, na-separate na natin sila. Pag-separate, ready for integration. Now, this is where you apply yung mga power formula. No, not power, but then substitution. So you let u be equal to pi x. Derivative of your u is pi dx. Kaya magiging cosine u na yan, du. And then dun sa kabila, okay, well, but what is du? 1 over pi du is equal to dx. Kasi mag-substitute ka niyan eh. So pag substitute mo, then this is what happens na. And you proceed to integration. Kaya pag integrate mo niyan, diretso na yung sagot. Ito naman kasi sa kabila, itong nasa left side na 1 over y minus 1 quantity squared. You know what I'm talking about? So ito, yan. Pag integrate mo niyan, ito yung magiging result. Okay? Ito yung magiging result. Kasi ang u mo dito is y minus 1. Kaya magiging 1 over u squared yan, du. Kuha nyo, class. 1 over u squared du. And what is the integral of 1 over u squared du? The negative 1 over u. Kaya meron kang negative 1 over u. And then ito ay magiging, the integral of cosine is sine of u, pero meron kang 1 over pi. Review nyo integral nyo. Ayan. And then substitute for the value of x equals 1 and y equals 0. Here you can solve for c, and c is equal to 1. Then go back to this part here and substitute for the value of c equals 1. And what is 1? 1 is pi over pi. Ba't ako naglalagay ng pi over pi like this one? Kasi gusto ko i-group yung, ito mayroon kasi siyang denominator na 1 over pi. O di gawin ko tong pi over pi. Diba? Kasi 1 lang din naman yan eh. So meron akong pi over pi para I can get the reciprocal. That's the purpose. Para ito, I can write this as y minus 1 over negative 1. Kasi gusto ko nga yung y nasa taas. Okay? Para I can express my answer as exclusively y sa left side. Tapos sa right side would just be variables x. Kuha nyo, class? So that's it for this example. Okay? So let's play it. Ayan. And so next, find the particular solution for the differential equation na dy over dx equals 1 plus y over x. Again, may initial condition tayo para ma-practice kayo sa pag-solve ng C. And so that's our grouping, and then we ready for integration kasi na-separate na natin yung mga variables and get the integral of both sides. And so this is ln of u because this is dy over 1 plus y, and then this is ln of u, no? Ln, pareho silang may ln, class, kasi dx over x din yan eh. So since pareho may ln yan, what are we going to do? We get the e of both sides. So getting the e of both sides, we have e to the ln of 1 plus y, it's just 1 plus y. And e to the ln of x plus c is equal to e to the ln of x times e to the c. But what is e to the c? We write it as k, similar to previous examples. And we are going to simplify further kasi yung e to the ln of x is simply x. Kaya meron ka na ngayong 1 plus y equals k times x. Pwede na nating i-remove yung later on. So once we substitute to solve for c, kasi for x equals 1, negative 1, y is equal to 1. And so we can solve for the value of k, which is 2. And then go back to dun sa kanina, saan tayo babalik? Babalik tayo dito. Ito to. Babalik tayo dyan. Ilagay na natin yung value ng k na 2. And i-remove natin tong 1 para may y, exclusive y again. Okay? Exclusive y. So for the next example, we have dy over dx, y minus 1 over x squared. So with the condition that for x equals 2, y is 0. Again, we integrate both sides after grouping all x's and y's. And then we have that solution for the integration. And then we apply, get the e of both sides and then extract yung y, get the value of the c, the k, okay? And that is our answer. So for this, your k is negative e to the 1/2. Negative e to the 1/2 yan. So again, you have to get the integral of both sides. And pag integrate mo, then you have the integral of x. Dx is x squared over 2. The integral of 1 times dx is x. And then you have to add plus c. And so you solve for the value of c, and c is equal to 2. Apply it, and then group together. Multiply both sides by 2. Kaya nawala yung 1/2 dyan. And it is now exclusively y sa left and x sa kabila. And you can extract the squared para maging square root siya. So plus minus yan, no? And so now if dy over dx is equal to x plus y squared, the y could be, so ito yung mga type of questions na ibibigay ko sa inyo pag meron tayong mga online test. Kaya isosolve nyo yung y, kung ano daw yung value ng y. Bibig sabihin, i-evaluate nyo to using variable separable, because this is obviously a variable separable, and solve for the value of y. So that's the solution, class. No? Therefore, the answer is what? No? What's the answer? Given yan ang solution natin. The answer is letter what? Letter what, class? ito kasi yung solution natin, and we can simplify this by getting so regardless na may C yan or wala, if we get the LCD of the denominator, this becomes x squared plus 2c over 2. Okay? So x squared plus 2c over 2. So pag kukunin mo yung reciprocal ng denominator, yung over 2 na yan mapunta sa taas, kaya may negative 2. So kahit wala siyang c, alam mo na walang negative 2 dito, walang negative 2, ito definitely is not the answer. This one is definitely not the answer. So kung saan dong close to the expression here na may negative 2, yan ang bibilugan nyo. Okay? So now, this is an application. The acceleration of a particle moving along the x-axis at any time t greater than or equal to 0 is given by this. At t equals 0, the velocity of the particle is negative 2, and its position is 3. The position of the particle at any time t is. So, parang pinapakita na meron kang expression na in terms of time. So, meron kang in terms of time, ano siya? Acceleration. So, pag acceleration, alam natin na ano yon? Acceleration is actually the result of the change in velocity. Lala nyo pa yon sa physics nyo. So, ang tanong dito, at t equals 0, the velocity of the particle is negative 2. So, ito yung condition niya. So, what are we going to do? We integrate both sides. First, ito class, ito yung expression na given, right? Alam natin na pag i-integrate natin ang acceleration, we get velocity. Because the derivative of velocity is acceleration. So, integrate, so we get velocity. Integral neto is t. Integral neto is negative e to the negative t. Ayan, mag-plus c ka kasi nag-integrate ka. Okay? Tapos, i-apply mo yung value na at t equals 0, velocity of the particle is negative 2. So, all the t's will be given a value of 0, and the v, velocity, would be negative 2. So, ito, expression na to, because this is velocity. Hindi to v times t, ha? This is v, velocity as a function of time, which is this one. So, you have negative 2, so you can solve for c. And c is negative 1. So this is the expression of your velocity now. Nawala na yung arbitrary constant. And since what is asked is the position or displacement, in other words, no? Kasi position is a scalar quantity, but displacement is a vector. Ibig sabihin, I'm going to integrate this one again, the second time, after the acceleration. So the integral of velocity is the displacement. What is the integral of this? T squared over 2. Integral of this becomes positive now kasi the derivative of this is 1. And so we have e to the negative t. Integral of this is negative t. And plus c again because you're integrating the second time. And you have to apply at t equals 0, position is 3. So this is position. You substitute the value of 3. Then for all the t's, place 0 there. This is 1. And so we have a value of c, which is 2. And that is now the equation that represents the position at any time t. Okay? Yan. This is a very good example. Do you have questions?
Ma'am, question po.
Yes. Sure.
Yung integral po ng velocity is yung position po, no? Sige po. Thank you po, ma'am.
Kasi parang dalawang beses kang nag-integrate dito eh. The integral of velocity is position. In the same way, pag i-reverse natin yan, the derivative of position is velocity. We all know from physics, when we apply calculus concepts, the derivative of displacement is velocity. If there's a change in velocity, you get acceleration. So in reverse, the integral of acceleration is velocity. The integral of velocity is position. Okay? Okay, class? And so we have the second one. If dy over dx is equal to negative 10y, and if y is equal to 50, when x is 0, then y is equal to what? Okay, so again, you separate the variables. This is dy over dx, so you place the dx on the other side. This becomes negative 10y. So yung y na isa ay ilagay mo din sa kabila. So what happens is, if y is 50, ba't nagkaroon ng, saan dyan ang sagot? Yun. Bago yan, class, madedetermine nyo ba na kahit hindi kayo nagsosolve, mata-mata lang, kung ano yung sagot? You use yung rule of elimination. Pag multiple choice kasi, mabilis pagka gamitin mo yung by elimination. Na, which one makes sense? Kasi pagka yan, magiging dy over y yan. So definitely, meron talaga yung ln. Diba? May ln yan. Bakit may cosine? Definitely lang a na yan is eliminated. Kasi wala namang cosine na mangyayari dyan eh. Tapos sigurado naman ako na pag may ln, meron talaga dyang expression ng e. Diba? Kasi pag nag-ln, then you get the e of both sides. So that yung d at saka e, hindi yan magiging sagot. Kita nyo? Yung d at saka e. So meron ka na ng choices na b and c. Which one makes sense? Yung may negative o yung may positive? Nakikita mo na meron kang negative 10y dyan. So definitely, yung may negative. Okay? Kahit hindi ka magsusolve, just making sense of what are the expressions given for choices for your selection. Kahit hindi mo nadaanan yung nasa right side na yan, makikita mo na. Definitely not A, definitely not D and E, kasi may ln talaga, kasi meron kang dy over y dyan, so you're left with B and C. But then you have a negative sign sa right side, so definitely yung E na yan ay may exponent na dapat may negative sign. Kuha niyo, class. So the answer is letter C. Now, no